All right. From the inside out, Ronnie on the spot, Chris Curtis in the Sandman. Well, tonight I'm running solo. The Sandman had a little something to do, and Chris has been working on his on some license. So there's a couple things. A lot of cats asked me to touch down on DVI and Tracy. And yeah, I was there. Last time I was there, as a matter of fact, I was in the little condos back in the hole next to Danny Christensen, which was Bobby Ray Shields' crimery in the Folsom thing, where they went through dudes' intestines looking for drugs and whacked them, or at least they were accused of it. Anyways, they beat the case. So Tracy, DVI, Dual Vocational Institute, known amongst those who know back then as Gladiator School, for a reason. Now, DVI was a weird dynamic because it had YA numbers back in the day. Dudes that were sentenced to YA but were going to roll over to the prison at 18 or whatever and be held until 21 or 20, whatever the age was that they could hold you then back at the youth authority. And they felt that they were just a little bit too much to handle in the youth authority. So they sent them to DVI, which was, man, that was a rocking and rolling motherfucker back in the day. And it was the Gladiator School. And I went through a lot there, man. I've been there twice, but I went through a lot there. Back then, a lot of drugs coming in, man. We're doing the hobby thing. They let you get stuff. So there was ways to, for a while we'd make something in hobby, send it out, and then have it packed up and returned to sender, and it'd come right in, man. And they just weren't on top of that for the longest. And we packed up with dope. And then there was other times the packages. We had canning machines, and used to have your people could send you a 30-pound package, right? So we had the Starkist tuna canning machines, and we'd go get the blanks. So now we had the cans and the machines, and we'd do the weight, we do the water, liquid, we put the dope in, waterproof in there, sealed up, bam, and you'd shake it, weigh it, do everything, man, and it was like it was supposed to be. And we'd send them fuckers in that way. And the blanks, we get them blanks from people that work there. And so, there's a will, there's a way. But Dual Vocational Institute was a strange thing. Gladiator School, and it lived up to the name. Let's see. Almost every mealtime, you'd go to dinner, and you better know your way back along that wall, because you're so gassed out. There was so much tear gas floating through that fucking place, you couldn't see or breathe, man. And you better go to chow with your group of people, because the way the hallway is set up, they got these big old things that close, wham, and it gives you sections. And you got a little section by little section by little section. And when it kicks off, they slam them that hallway starts sectioning off. And when whoever you're caught in there with, you're caught in there with. And then one section at a time, they start clearing it, bringing it back to the units and locking it up. And you go to chow alone, and this section shuts on you, and you get caught in there, and it's a get down. It doesn't even matter who it's with. You get caught in there with a bunch of another race, blacks or northerners or anything, you're getting rocked. You probably ain't coming out of there alive. And so you better wait up, go to chow with the homies, and you better be deep enough, right? And you better be right. You better be strapped. And they take no shit from the cops. Back in the day, you could have glass jars. You could get glass jars of coffee. I remember the old MJB jars and shit like that, just glass, right? And cops weren't acting right one time, so everybody knew that they were going to blast them when they come out at chow time. First, second, third tier, everybody, them jars full of water. And just lit them cops up, man. Lit them up. I mean, them things fucked them up. Needless to say, that was the end of them glass jars. And then, so there was that. And then literally, you take a T-shirt like this, right? You put two of them together and you sew around the bottom of them. Okay, now the bottom's sewed. You take National Geographics. Why National Geographics? Well, National Geographics had a plastic coating on them, kind of a coat. So they were thin, but they were hard to get a knife through. You slide them National Geographics down, and you sew it again, and you slide them and you make yourself a stab-proof fucking vest, right? And dudes were doing that, coming out and getting with it. And then another thing they were doing was some guys would go in like they come by and tell you, hey, homie, we're getting off tonight, man. It's going down. Okay. So you got you a fucking bone crusher, a goddamn sword, And then some dudes were like, you know what? In the locker, you have a square plate that fits in. That's your shelf, right? And then underneath the locker, underneath that's hooked to that square plate was a coat hanger deal. So dudes will bust that square plate out, and with that coat hanger that went across like that fucking that hang spot, the rack was connected to the square shelf plate, right? Inside the locker. So when you pull that out, what you had was a handle hooked to that square plate, and you had this fucking Viking shield right there, and you had your fucking sword, and dudes were coming out like that, literally getting off the fucking right there. Just as soon as they release, it's on and cracking. And you see these fools come out like that, you'd be like, what the fuck? Here comes the Vikings, right? And I've seen it kick like that, and it was, and I'm just saying this, when I say almost every meal, you couldn't hardly get a meal that you weren't walking back with your eyes covered, and you had to know your way by the wall to your unit because you just couldn't see. It was so full of smoke and tear gas and shit. And it was rocking and rolling in that motherfucker, right? I ended up catching a stab, and that's why I was back there with Danny Christian. He had a knife beef. They busted him with a knife, and I was back there, and they had us in the back little condos back there. And so another time, out on the yard, Dual Vocational Institute, and it kicks. It's the Mexicans and the blacks, and they are fucking getting it, man. And I mean getting it. And coming back in, there's a bench, and dude's on a bench like this, and he's literally got the bar something from the weights, and it's sticking through him here, because you used to have the bars with the loose iron. They didn't have no point on that or nothing. They ran this dude all the way through the chest and out the back, and he was kind of shish-kebagged on that bench, just dead like that, right? And DVI. So I was out there another time, and I'm over by the iron pile, right? And Jacob, young kid named Jacob, good guy. We were all kind of young back then. He tells me, hey, man, because they had a mini canteen. You get ducats, go to the mini canteen. So he goes, you buy, I'll fly. So I'm all right. We should have sent somebody with him, but we did, right? Bam, I give him the ducats to go up there and get ice creams and sodas, right? Next thing I know, it's been a minute. Where's Jacob at? And the yard goes down. Bam. We're sitting down. I'm looking, and I see it's over there by the fucking commissary. I go, man, I hope that ain't Jacob. It was. He got stabbed. What happened was somebody said something slick. And him being a youngster, he just told me, yeah, well, next time you come out, just bring your shit. Meaning bring a knife, bring your shit. We'll just get after it. Dude took a couple steps away, and it just so happened that he didn't have to bring anything out the next time. He had it on him right then. And he snatched his shit, turned back around, and got on Jacobs. And Jacobs was running with the Maniacs at the time. But because I kicked it with Jason real tough, I went to them dudes, and I told them, hey, man, I understand that he kicks it with you guys, and you guys are grooming him, but he was my friend too. So whoever goes to do whatever's done behind this, I want to go. And they told me, nah, man, you know what, brother, we appreciate it, but this is Maniac business. I'm all right. Later on, Greek come and told me why they weren't going to do anything, man. I didn't agree with it. It wasn't my business. After that, a while after that, I know Maniac. I know that, not Maniac. I know Jacob ended up becoming a writer. He had a real sour taste in his mouth for what was that be done to him. But that was Dual Vocational Institute. That was the DVI, Tracy, Gladiator School. And it would go down like that, man, And so that's just a little quick synopsis about that one right there, and what went on and how that place was, man, and why they called it Gladiator School. And I just seen some way out shit occur there.